second. We're just going to press record first. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Monday's Insights and Innovations. They say this time of the year, the year doesn't really kick off until we've really kind of crossed the road of Anzac Day. So now, welcome to 2024, everyone. It's going to be, if it hasn't been already, we're just saying it feels like it's been a year already, but we are absolutely on. Today, we have our wonderful partners at Pinterest, and we've got the great Ness and Cass, who are going to be updating us on a couple of things. They've got some platform updates. They've got some insights into Gen Z and also their male audience. And it's the new era of Pinterest. Over to you, Ness, to take over.
Awesome. Thank you, Sam. Thanks for the introduction. So as Sam mentioned, have you got me, everyone? Yeah?
Yep, everyone just turn off your mics. That's okay.
Okay, perfect. And you've got to excuse me, I can't see any of your faces while I'm presenting. So please yell out if I need to stop anywhere. But today, as Sam mentioned, you'll be hearing about the new era of Pinterest, particularly as it pertains to performance. So before I get into the good stuff, though, as Sam kind of already alluded to, I wanted to take an opportunity for those of you that don't know Cass and myself. I'm Ness, the Growth Industry Manager here at Pinterest, and Cass is our Pinterest agency lead. We feel very privileged off the back of a short week last week to have your time and attention today. So we want to make sure this time counts, and we want to make sure that you leave today over the next 30 minutes with a feeling of excitement and curiosity about the new possibilities on Pinterest for you and your brands. So we'll be touching on the new area of Pinterest related to performance product innovation and what we're focused on in 2024. Cass will then dive deeper into some audience segmentation data around Gen Z and the growing male demographic on Pinterest, and then we'll conclude with some Q&A at the end. So Pinterest is in a new era, and we're bigger than ever, reaching 498 million users every single month globally, with this an all-time high based on Q 2023. And closer to home in Australia, we reach 8 million Aussies every single month, and this is based on Ipsos. We are also adorned by the Gen Z community. So this is our fastest growing global and local cohort, and they're growing faster than our average audience, which is they grow at a base of 8%, and the Gen Z audience are growing at 20% year over year. They're also our most engaged, where they're saving content 2.5 times more than any other generation on the content on Pinterest, and Cass will be speaking more about why this is and how you can capitalize on this audience on Pinterest. Finally, we continue to be very laser focused on making every surface on Pinterest shoppable and more performant. And we're already making great strides here, delivering 79% increase in clicks and 20% more conversions for brands that are leveraging us on our lower funnel solutions. I'll be digging deeper into these results and how you can capitalize on them with the new innovations that we are making. But before I do so, I want to ground us, for those of you who maybe haven't used Pinterest in a while, on what Pinterest is and what really sets us apart. So Pinterest at its heart is a visual discovery platform and really brings the best of social media search and commerce all into the one user experience. Every single day, people come at massive scale on Pinterest to search for ideas, curate and collaborate with others, like Sam was alluding to earlier with his wife, saving boards around doors for their home, and they're coming to buy products from great brands that you all represent. So with that, when we think about the intent of users when they come to Pinterest, they're coming for inspiration, but then they're also coming to take action on the ideas that they get. So we're helping Pinners go from discovering things on their home feed, whether that's stores, whether that's fashion, whether that's food. They're then saving and curating in the decide section, and then they're ultimately getting to the decision phase where they then go to shop and transact. But we know that the shopping journey is not one-dimensional like this that I've spoken about. It really is complex, it's non-linear, and it's multi-session. So this is where Pinterest really can come in and to help users curate their decisions on what they aim to do on Pinterest and to bring, the best of their lives. So people stop and start, they refine down when they're making decisions, they broader out and they look for alternatives. And you can see here in this kind of user map that this is where Pinterest really helps curate and formulate what it is that they want to buy and transact to bring those ideas to life. So Pinterest is really the best at doing this, and we continue to see that audiences are really resonating. It's really resonating with audiences, and we continue to see growth. So When we're thinking about the user journey and people coming to Pinterest to shop, that's why it's so critical for us to continue to innovate across the full marketing funnel, from the building awareness to consideration and conversions. We know that if advertisers can align to the user mindset of when people are coming to Pinterest with the advertiser objectives, they can deliver outsized impact. So we've seen brands that use us for full funnel are delivering 2x higher conversion rates than those who just use us for one objective. So innovating across the funnel related to the shopping experience is incredibly important for us, and where we're really doubling down on, particularly in the lower funnel space. So in terms of the innovations that are coming, there are 4 areas that we're focused on, and you'll see them outlined here, and I'll talk through these. So the first investment is around refining relevance and personalization, which is that first box on the left. We know that good ads on Pinterest are essentially like content. Content and ads on Pinterest are non-intrusive. It's all part of the user experience. And we're here to help make these ad experiences, continue to make them more seamless and more personable. And so we'll continue to focus on personalization and relevance in the ad experience and user experience this year. The second area of focus is on advanced automation and creative tools. So really improving how we can make things easier and scalable on our platform when it comes to launching campaigns. So we're focused on helping advertisers build smarter campaigns more efficiently using like AI technology, and I'll be taking you through a little bit of that shortly. Our third investment area is supercharging performance and shopping campaigns. So shopping is kind of like Pinterest bread and butter, and we'll continue to find ways that we can make every single surface and format on Pinterest shoppable so people can transact. And then finally, the fourth area is unlocking international growth. We have a global audience, but we don't monetize all international markets. So I'll be taking you through all the new 30 markets that we'll be launching into this year, in case you have brands that, particularly in APAC, will be looking to expand into those markets. And then finally, I just want to call out that everything we do is always underpinned by a philosophy around a more positive place online. So with any new product innovation or anything we look to do or build or launch on the platform has to be underpinned with being inclusive and positive. So when we get into the first area of innovation, this is really focused on smarter campaigns to deliver greater performance. So when we think about what this is, it's what we call intelligent campaigns. So intelligent campaigns are a campaign type that help drives incremental performance using AI automation. So it's all about decreasing effort required to create those campaigns, and we're in the midst of testing at the moment locally and globally, and we're looking to bring out more testing opportunities in the second half of this year. Further to this, in line with intelligent campaigns, we're also working on dynamic creative optimization, which some of you might be interested in, or called DCO. This is going to allow you to dynamically adapt creative at scale, so ads are more relevant and more performant. So using AI technology to do visual tweaks to creative formats like adding badges and call to actions, and also for shopping catalog feed creative, using AI to generate backdrops to make them more engaging so people can transact better. We're also, we're really excited about this particular one. When we think about scaling performance and generating greater results, we know that this is really critical to helping our agency partners drive success on our platform. The second area is around supercharging performance and shopping, and we're making a lot of great headway here. As I mentioned earlier, we are very focused on making every single format on Pinterest shoppable with the ability to click and transact. And we've already seen an 80% lift in click volume last year and a 70% decrease in cost per clicks. So in terms of the new products that are coming in relation to this, the first one is shoppable video. So we're exploring new ways that we can invite users to not just be inspired by your video content, but to also take action. And you can see their example of the handbag and the dress there, where you can kind of shop the look in the video format there. We're also exploring new ways to make quiz ads, which you can see there on the far right, more shoppable. So when people engage with the quiz ad, it's really fun and interactive, but we're looking for ways that based on Pinterest, based on users' searches or results from those quizzes, how can we then very quickly take them to get recommended products that they can shop and transact. Lastly, we're continue to be very focused on product tagging to make sure that every single product on Pinterest can be tagged, so you can go straight through to the shop to buy. So there are a couple of the key features that are happening related to shopping. The final one around shopping is looking at new ways to make shopping more creative. So for some of you, you might be familiar if you've used it already, is collages is a new way that you can create boards and pins on Pinterest. So it's a new way, particularly the Gen Z community are loving this, where you can take a pin and you can take, in this instance, a lamp from the main image and save it to a collage to build and create like a visual representation of what you're looking to design. So for Sam, it might be, and his wife, it might be doing a collage on the new lounge room that they're designing, or for Cass and I, it might be a new fashion aesthetic for Canning Cans. So we're seeing really strong engagement with this format, 3 times more saves on collage pins on Pinterest than on any other format, and definitely one where we think, particularly if you're targeting the Gen Z community, one to add to your creative mix to drive stronger outcomes. In terms of better visibility and better results, we know when it comes to supercharging performance, we need to back it up with advertiser visibility and measurement. So one of the key things that we continue to be focused on is expanding our API for conversions offering. If you've already done the CAPI integration with Meta, we have a schema that directly copies the same setup as Meta. So you can definitely talk with your Pinterest rep to help us assist with that so you can get more visibility of conversions. The second area here is for advertisers that require additional privacy requirements. We do have clean rooms, which will be expanding their footprint internationally this year. We already work with LiveRamp and InfoSum, and more to come this year when it comes to those other partners that we'll be working with to expand our remit across clean rooms. And we're also expanding opportunities to do reporting like conversion lift in the second half of this year for our performance-centric advertisers. Further to that, when it comes to measurement, a couple other areas of innovation and focus for us is continuing to invest in our first-party and third-party measurement offerings. So for third-party, we're looking at launching more solutions around MMM, MTA, and foot traffic, which are coming soon. And then from a first-party measurement standpoint, we're looking to be launching split testing soon, so you can look to measure creative and audience in Ads Manager. And we're also going to be launching MMM direct reporting from Ads Manager, where you can build out a template, save it, and then get emails that automate those data pools for you in line with your MMM scheduling. The final area of focus is around building our business globally. So we know that we have a very global audience, but we don't monetize in all of these markets. So this year, we're actually launching Pinterest ads into 30 new markets across APAC, MENA, and LATAM. So in APAC, this means that we'll be offering Pinterest ads, or the ability to target, in Hong Kong, Philippines, Thailand, Vietnam, South Korea, Malaysia, Taiwan, and Singapore. If you are interested in any of those markets and running Pinterest ads, please get in touch with myself or Cass or your Pinterest rep, and we can help get you on board with testing in those markets as we launch. And we know that as we launch into new markets, we're also expanding our third-party measurement providers. So looking at North Beam, Triple Whale, and also foot traffic measurement offerings with AdSquare to make sure that we can offer robust reporting and visibility in those markets as well. And then before we dig into the audience insights, I wanted to leave you with a really great case study, which really talks to the strength we're seeing in performance. And this is from a brand called Calcery. If you're not familiar, they're a Singapore-based online furniture retailer, and they've been a key partner of they've been a long-time partner of Pinterest and have seen incredible results over time. So the key results that they've seen today is a 36% increase in ROAS and a 48% reduction in cost per session, which are 2 key KPIs for their business. And the way that they have achieved these fantastic results is by using a MECE recommended structure. So MECE is a particular type of ads group structure that allows them to optimize at scale and deliver really strong performance outcomes for them. To learn more about MECE, we can have a whole other session on that, but please get in touch with your Pinterest rep to learn more on what that best practice structure looks like. But further to that, Calcery have used all of our shopping and direct links formats available to really deliver on those cost per clicks, effective CPCs, and ROAS. So this is a really prime example about using the full benefits of our consideration and performance offering to deliver really strong outcomes for your business. And I'll now pass over to Cass to talk about Pinterest Audience Insights.
Thank you. So whilst Ness has covered off the next area of the platform in regards to the advertising solutions and the investments that we're making to actually drive true performance on the platform, I think it's really key to understand the growth that we're also seeing within the audience on Pinterest, and more importantly, the growth that we're seeing specifically in Australia. Every single month, 8 million Australians are turning to the platform to shop and discover all of the ideas that they want. And the question that I'm often asked is, what is driving this growth, and why do we believe that it's now that we're seeing significant diversification in the audience? And personally, I think there's a number of key reasons. One, it's the investment in the platform itself, but two, it's also the investment in a number of the local partnerships that we're building in place with local publishers, such as Junkie or Our Media, or even some of the TV networks. We're working at scale locally to make sure that all of the content on the platform is diversified and representative to all of the audiences that are engaging with us. So when we talk to personal media, the role that we play for our users is very unique. And Pinterest is not about keeping up with the Joneses. People are coming to the platform every single month to look for inspiration for their own personal interests and hobbies. And there is no pressure around social validation in regards to what they're looking at. They're purely looking at this content based on what they are looking to be inspired around. And when we think about that word inspiration, it can sometimes be quite fluffy. However, if we think about the definition of inspiration, it's the process by which someone is mentally stimulated to go out and do something. And this is at the core of the business and the mission that we set, to give everyone the inspiration to create a life that they love. And that's why it's really important that we tune our algorithms to be additive and not addictive. You won't find our users doom scrolling. They're not there to just look for entertainment purposes. They're looking for content that's actually going to be additive to their life and actually drive intention. So they're coming open and undecided to look to be inspired, to go on that discovery decision, to actually go and take action in the real world. But what we found through third-party research with Lumen globally, but also more importantly, the work that we're doing with Dr. Karen Nielsen-Field locally, is not only do our audience have high intent, they're paying higher levels of intention to that of other platforms with a 3 times slower scroll rate. And it's because of all of this that our audience is growing and that we're seeing diversification across a number of different areas. So when we think about who is leaning in, we're now seeing that 1 in 3 men are turning to Pinterest every single one, and 1 in 2 women, with 41% millennials and 51% of Gen Z. So if we were to look at where this growth is coming from, Gen Z are currently our powerhouse. And this audience is very unique to us because the behaviours that they're demonstrating are truly unique. And the role that we're playing for this audience is also unique. We've done some research with the University of California Berkeley around the role of social media and the impact that it's having on Gen Z's mental health. And it's proven that spending just 10 minutes a day on the platform helps to combat burnout, improve sleep, and buffers against feeling of social disconnection, which is why when Ness talks to the importance of our policies and how we're trying to truly create an inclusive environment for everyone. But the audience are also coming to us and they're sharing that the moments that they're finding on Pinterest around inspiration are actually what's fueling their behavior on other social platforms. So when we think about the role that we play and the opportunity for brands to truly be driving intent earlier in that decision-making process, think about how we can be leveraging some of that content. And it's now more so than ever that the Gen Z audience are leaning into this. But the behavior is not only different because of the way that they're engaging with their content, we're seeing that they're starting to influence across trends as well. And we've found through our audience insights and trends that Gen Z are learning into a number of the opportunities from an insights perspective and fueling the trends that we're seeing across different audience groups. And there are 3 key areas that are really important: sustainable living, so upcycled fashion, recycled toys. It's all about creating a much more sustainable life. Simple living, so going back to the basics where they're embracing a simple and slower life. and more importantly, the way that brands can engage with them. So Ness has spoken and touched on the launch of one of our latest ad formats, collages. For those of you that were aware, we launched a standalone separate app last year called Shuffles through our incubator technology in-house company. And it was identified through the launch of this app that Gen Z were looking for a different way to engage with brands. So we, off the back of that inception, we built out a standalone ad format on the platform itself, and a number of brands are leaning into this, from beauty to food to fashion, and seeing great results off the back of that. The second growing cohort is men on the platform. 1 in 3 men are now turning to Pinterest every single month to look for inspiration around a number of different areas. And this isn't just specific to one age demo. As you can see, 51% of 14 to 24-year-old males are now engaging with the platform, and 33% of 65 plus. But the reason that they're turning to us isn't just for one specific reason. They're increasing their searches, they're saving more, and they're also shopping more. And it's becoming a destination to search and buy specific products. The content that they're leaning into is very much diversified across a number of different areas of life, whether or not it's travel, technology, food and drink, DIY, or even fashion. But not only are they coming for a diverse number of interests, they're also using the platform in a different way to other competitors, providing incremental reach to that of Snapchat, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. So with that, we welcome you to try something new on the platform. We've got a diversified audience that is growing in a number of key ways through Gen Z and our male audience. We're doubling down and investing in our products for performance, for consideration, but also for awareness. And we're really investing in the platform to support with this. Ness, is there anything else from you?
No, we covered it, and we've got a couple minutes spare. I'm just going to open up to Q&A, and I'm just going to stop sharing my screen so we can see all your wonderful faces on the phone call. So I'm just going to jump out for a second and make sure I can see everyone, but I'll open up to Q&A if there's any questions, or if any questions came through on chat.
And everyone's got their camera off, so you won't see their faces. Guys, are there any questions for the Pinterest team? And there isn't often questions as well, but what we can do is connect you through, or if someone wants to put anything on the chat, we can yell it out now. Otherwise, we can connect you post the meeting, but often there isn't any questions in this forum. Which doesn't look like, but thank you so much, Pinterest. Team, you were fantastic. Thank you so much. We can't wait to see you in Cairns. Just a reminder to all the members that we've got our DigiBytes coming up. That'll be in Sydney, the launch of the Digital Academy coming up at the same time as that. Cairns and Cairns, our opening cocktail party. If you haven't registered, make sure you're there. 3 o'clock on the Monday. Can't wait to greet you with a cocktail and a necklace in hand, and also the survey. Keep the IMAA census. If you're going to do one thing now, enjoy a sandwich. 10 minutes, fill it out. It'll help us out a lot. Thank you, Vanessa and Cass. Thank you so much for your time and sharing with us today. And a shout out to Beck Colson, whose birthday it is tomorrow as well. She is 27 and loving life to the full. Thank you, everyone. See you next week.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thanks. Happy birthday, Beck.
Happy birthday.
Thanks, guys.